Hello everybody, Shift Your Mindset here with a new episode. JW love versus real love. I was reading an article in the April 2025 Watchtower, and it got me thinking about love. And one thing about love is, like the subject of the Watchtower is, drawing close to one another is good for us. And I fully agree. Drawing close to one another is good for us. It's healthy for us, even for our body, to draw close to another person. But the JW Watchtower first sentence is, look, how good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity. So the JW love is about the unity in the Jehovah's Witness religion. It's not about an individual thing, it's about unity. And you have to focus while you're reading this on how to draw closer to one another and the many blessings that come from our friendship with fellow worshippers. And then, of course, Jehovah urges us to intense love for our brothers and sisters. Show them tender affection. Beautiful words, but is that what it is in daily life? Then we have, of course, why we should draw closer to another, and that's very good. Deeply impressed by the love in our meetings. And then I found a paragraph and I felt a little bit cringy. I don't know what I have to do with this. Listen, paragraph 5. Some who attend a meeting for the first time are deeply impressed by the love we have for one another. I don't know about that. I do think that when a stranger comes in, they see the unity. But if they are seeing the love for each other, I never experienced that in a congregation where I was. People were just robots doing their thing. One is sitting there, one is sitting there, one is not talking to that person because they don't like it. It's the unity, yes, the unity is they all believe the same thing. But the unity is not about everybody is the same. That's the problem. If someone is entering the Kingdom Hall for the first time and everybody's gonna stand up and sing, you always see those anxious eyes, what's happening here? But they see a group of people working together. It's like that, tolerating each other. On that basis alone, they may conclude that they have found the truth. So, for the first time, the impression that we have love for each other, they know I have the truth. I never experienced someone who stepped into the Kingdom Hall for the first time and said, this is the truth. I don't need a Bible course. I don't need anything. I want to be baptized now. This is the truth. Just by stepping into a Kingdom Hall. Consider the experience of Chaitra, a university student who was studying with Jehovah's Witnesses. And now you're gonna lose me. And maybe you guys too, but now you're gonna lose me. Because she accepted an invitation to attend a regional convention. I know that's the full display of love bonding, the conventions. After attending the first day in person, she told her Bible teacher, I have never been hugged by my parents, but at your convention, I received 52 hugs in just one day. I felt Jehovah's love through his spiritual family. I want to be a part of that family. Of course, she continued to progress and got baptized in 2024. Yes, when new ones see our fine works, including the love we have for one another, they are often moved to serve Jehovah. There you lost me. I don't believe 1 second that a person is that desperate in life that she is counting 52 hugs. After 5 or 10 hugs, you're not gonna count anymore. Because it all goes quick. You hug somebody and then someone else is coming to you, you hug somebody and you're forgetting to count. So my mind doesn't believe at all that someone is gonna count 52 hugs. I maybe even not believe that she received that many hugs. Of course someone is gonna hug her because she's new and we want someone to feel comfortable and we want to draw them in, and people are doing that for their own benefit because maybe they can be a part of that Bible study, so they can put a number on the card at the end of the month. Active and one Bible study, because when you have a Bible study you are more important than the other ones. So it's always a struggle who gets the new one first to conduct the Bible study with. But I don't believe that this person counted till 52 and even that she didn't receive 52 hugs. I can't believe it. But maybe I'm right, I'm wrong, I don't know. I leave it to you guys. But my personal opinion is this is total BS. It's an exaggeration for something that happened, but they always go for the highest thing. They always go, yeah, and then he served as an elder and a circuit overseer. They always have to make it more interesting for the public. It's always factor 5-10 times from the original story. But that's my opinion. But then I was thinking about this, about love and showing love. And I have to admit that when I left the JWs, I had to reinvent love. And it's also a bit personal, but I had to reinvent love because my wife, I'm an affectionate person, but it was so buried deep down inside me. And I was thinking, why? Why can I not be myself in loving another person? And that was my conditioning. Because if I read this Watchtower, it's like a kumbaya. It's about a paradise-like situation in the congregation about love. But if I go a level deeper, if I go to my parents, I didn't see love. And so I was thinking about a few things about love and expressions of love. And I had a list. I made a list of expressions of love. One of them is the physical touch. A hug, 52 hugs, kisses, holding hands, cuddling, and other forms of physical affection, warmth and closeness. I never saw my parents hugging each other. I never saw my parents kissing each other. Maybe it's a generation thing, I don't know. Holding hands when we were out on vacation. We were climbing a mountain, we are walking in the forest. Never I saw my parents my father grabbing my mother, or holding her hand, or cuddling together on the couch in your private own home. I never saw that. I remember when I dated a girl who was also a Jehovah's Witness. I was sitting like this next to her. I had an arm around her during the meeting. And then an elder came up to me and he said, "Don't do that again, because that's offensive for people who don't have a girlfriend and wanting a wife or a girlfriend and also start a family. And maybe it's offensive for them and they can trip and fall because you are putting your arm around your girlfriend." And I'm sure that I'm not the only one who experienced a likewise situation like that. I was brought up by affection. Showing affection is not good. And that I carried my whole life with me. Till a few years ago when I resolved it for myself. But still, it is a struggle maybe for many ex-JWs, because we don't know what real love is. And that's a bad thing, because we are affectionate. It's normal that you want to touch somebody where you're with. You want to touch your partner. Say, "Hey, I respect you, I love you, I do this, I do that." It's normal. But for us, I think many of us never saw our parents cuddle or hug or kiss each other or even holding hands. And I saw it around the whole congregation. It's like a hospital environment. It's sterile. It's not human, because we're all doing our things alone and with each other, and that's then their unity and their love and stuff like that. But so one was the physical touch, expression of love. The second one I wrote down was the words of affirmation. Saying "I love you," complimenting someone's qualities, and just saying "I love you" when I say it to my wife, when I say that she's joyful, she appreciates it. It's a confirmation at that point. And it's just nice to hear that in a certain moment when you say that, maybe when things are tough or things go extremely good, just saying "I love you." It's so simple, but we forget it so many times just to say it. And it's not that we don't want to say it, but it's like we are thinking, yeah, but they already know. Why should I repeat it? They already know. No, that's not good. Sometimes it's good to hear it, or to hear it again for an affirmation. It's not about the insecurity of someone else. It's just showing how much you appreciate the other person. Complimenting someone's qualities. It's not about, "Hey Sven, good talk, thank you, Jehovah's blessing." That's not complimenting someone's qualities. But if you want to compliment someone's qualities, if you want to offer someone words of encouragement, or you want to support someone, like the elders, when they stop by and want to encourage you, shepherding calls, it's not about, "Hey, we appreciate what you do in the ministry, but we see you do only 4 hours, and it would be so great if you can just kick it up a little bit. Just maybe 5-6 hours, and then you can grow, and maybe we can you can go to a ministerial servant position. That are not words of encouragement and support. That is not complimenting someone's qualities. If you want to compliment someone, if you want to encourage someone with your words, you need to know what's going on in somebody's mind. Then you have to have real interest in someone. What is moving him? Why does he struggle with something? And that's real friendship, not superficial friendship that you don't care about someone, but you have to meet with someone. So then it's like an obligation, because we're stuck with each other in a congregation hall, and every month I need to visit someone because the circuit overseer is checking us and stuff like that. That's not an expression of love. That is just ticking the boxes. Third one is acts of service. Doing something kind or helpful for someone. Cooking a meal, running an errand, providing emotional support during tough times. This is someone the JWs, I see it often do. They're cooking a meal when my mother was sick. They're running some errands for her, that kind of stuff. Emotional support during tough times. I have not the best experiences with that, because emotional support, they emotionally shut down most of the time. So they can't handle emotional support. Most of the time it's just a Bible scripture and stuff like that. Generally. It's always generally. Quality time, the fourth one. Very important one. We're all busy. And as a JW, you're super busy. But you need to spend undivided times with someone. So even now for us, it's a struggle here. Because we are busy with this, we're busy with that, busy with donkey, busy with chicken, do this, do that, bring them to bed, blah, blah, blah. People are here, coming over, whatever. But undivided time. Sometimes you just have to say, hey, we'll close up, pack your things, we're going out, get some dinner together. No phones, no distraction, just you and me. Hey, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Whatever. That's quality time. And I didn't see it with my parents, this also. Quality time. They never did something together. We were a family, and it was all about the family and just being a Jehovah's Witness, running around, cleaning the hall. And that are also things you do together, but there's a whole group around you. But this is about undivided times. Another thing, gifts. I see it sometimes in JW. I see them exchanging gifts. If they go to meet each other or eat at each other's house, they bring a gift, a bottle of wine or whatever. It's not that bad, but sometimes you have to put someone else's needs or happiness before yours. And also, you have to do that for their personal growth or their well-being. I never saw my father bringing gifts for my mother. Sometimes, once in a couple of years, maybe some flowers or whatever. But it's just, you can also make a card, you can also write something down. Even if you give someone only a lemon or an orange, it's just about that someone is thinking about you and expressing a kind of love to you. That he's happy with you. That he likes you. That he's thinking about you. That kind of stuff. So it's important to do that. The other one is to compromise. Willingness to meet halfway or make adjustments in order to accommodate the other person's need or desire. Compromising. You can't do all the time only the things you want. You have to compromise. And that's, you just think about other person's needs or desire. Compromising, yes, in the JW, you compromise also. Sometimes you compromise, if you have a fight with another person, you compromise, you meet halfway. But then you take it because it's an obligation. Not that you want to deep down inside, because afterwards you're still being angry at that person, you're still gonna avoid that person, you're still gonna do your own thing and you think you are right, but that's not the other needs putting in front of you, your needs. Respect and acceptance. That's an expression of love, and that's a big one for me. Acceptance and respect. Respect and acceptance, it's all about respect for me. And that is that I honor someone's individuality. Individuality, yes. I honor my wife's individuality. She makes her own decisions. She can make their own decisions. She's capable of making their own decisions. I, as a man, don't have to make the decisions for her. It's about the individual, not about me controlling everything for her. And also valuing their opinions. I listen closely if she says something. Why? Because she's a wise woman. I can learn a lot from her also, just as she can learn from me. So valuing their opinions is a big one, and not, okay, I hear you and I do my own thing, but valuing is sometimes also change your own opinions. And that creates that you do things the other way you normally do. And maybe guys, you will realize, hey, it went well. I'm gonna do that often. Then you value opinions of others. And for me, accepting people, accepting their opinions, accepting their individuality without judgment. And that is something for me that is real love. And that's what the JWs don't manage to do. They don't respect anyone's opinions or individuality without judgment, because there's a lot of judgment. If you do this, then you get removed. If you do this, then you get disassociated, disfellowship. You're gonna be blacklisted. You're gonna get marked. You're not gonna be a ministerial servant. You're gonna not be an elder. Continuously judgment. So learn to respect and accept other people for who they are. And if you let people be themselves, that creates unity. The unity where you are talking about in this article, the unity people in the world so much adore. Why are you not growing faster than this? If everybody who sets foot in the Kingdom Hall is wanting to be a Jehovah's Witness immediately. If you want to do that, if you will respect someone, if you accept for who they are, then you have a nice group of individuals who are not scared to let everybody see the qualities, and that you can work with all those qualities at the same time. And the last one, the 10th one, for me an important one, also had to reinvent it a little bit. Not the humor, because the humor was there and still is here, but the playfulness. Don't make it that serious. As a JW, everything was that serious. It was, everything you say was serious. Oh, but you can't say that because if you had some humor in it. Oh, then they took it personal and stuff like that. Playfulness, sharing laughter together. Inside jokes are the best. Light-hearted moments. because that strengthens a bond, but also affection. So we can each express ourselves in a unique way. We can receive and give love in different ways, but these 10 points will for sure create a deeper connection with the person around you. Your wife, your friends, your family, whatever it is. If you practice these 10 points, then you can experience real love, because you get real love back from other people. And you're not thinking, does he or she means it? I don't know. I have doubts. I have this, I have that. No, you feel it in the energy. That if you're sharing affection, and also as men, it's maybe we are not used to be brought up by showing affection. And you have to be tough and you have to be this and that, but vulnerability is sexy. And just say to someone, hey, I really appreciate you. You are a good friend for me. Thank you for being a good friend. Just simple, but those words, that kind of affection showing you to someone else is giving someone else so that feeling is so good. And they also, you see them grow, because we need sometimes the real loving compliments from others to remind us that we are good as we are, that we don't have to change. And it's nice to give a compliment. And try this. If you get a compliment, that was my thing, and then I'm gonna quit this video. If I got a compliment, or someone said, hey, I like you, or hey, you did this good, and I will say, oh, thank you, but you, blah, 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 blah. No, just take it. I was brought up by always saying, oh yeah, but I appreciate you also too, blah, blah, blah. But that's not real, that's fake. Because you can't handle the compliment, because something gets triggered inside you, and then you want to give someone else the compliment. But the whole sense is gone, because he was only giving you a compliment. You don't have to give something in return for it. It's not, I give something, I get something. No, he gives something, and I just have to take it in. And take it in. Take it in, people. You don't have to stand like this, but it's just now the example. Take it in, the compliment. Just feel what the compliment does with you. It gives you joy, it gives you a good feeling. Just take it in. Don't react, but you also blah, blah, blah. No, take it in and just be with it. And if the other person does something good or whatever, you want to compliment them, then it's your time to give her the affection or the compliment. So that is my point of view on this watchtower, drawing close to each other. It's not about the unity of the religion, it's about being honest and showing affections to other individuals. It's more about the individual level, because you have things in common. That's the religion, yes, but if you have things in common, it isn't automatically showing that you are loving people. Loving people is about one individual to the other individual, and expressions of love is about showing that. Not only talking about it and being friendly, it's about showing that. And these 10 points help you to show love and express love to other persons. Thank you for watching. See each other on the next episode.